If you enjoy customer service, have a flair for marketing, like working in a kitchen, and are good at managing others, restaurant manager might be the occupation for you. Restaurant managers oversee the operation of food and beverage establishments, including selecting menu items and complimentary wines and liquors, ordering supplies, resolving customer complaints, and organizing employees. We spoke with a restaurant manager to get the dish on the industry.
My name's Sean. I'm a restaurant manager. I work at Famoso Neapolitan Pizzeria, the McGrath location. I take care of the day-to-day operations and staff and guest interaction. Our menu here at Famoso Neapolitan Pizzeria is very unique. We serve Neapolitan pizza, which is authentic to Naples, Italy. Very thin crust, very fresh tasting. We use a little bit of a different service style. We refer to it as fast casual. We use a counter service format that then becomes more of a full service type atmosphere after the guest has placed their order at the counter. We like to be able to throw the dough up in the air and things like that here, like an Italian pizzeria. We use an imported fire bell-shaped oven that also comes from Italy, cooks pizzas in just 82 seconds. It's hot for sure, so safety precautions definitely need to be taken there very regularly. We also obviously deal with very sharp knives in the kitchen as well. We go through a knife training. We obviously have the necessary safety and first aid equipment here on hand if anything were to happen. A standard day probably starts at about 8 a.m. I come in, I make the dough. We're a pizzeria, so I happily make the dough in the back there. And then I move out front and I converse with our guests throughout our lunchtime period. We move into the afternoon where we take care of any preparation that needs to be done for to get into the dinner side of things. I take care of paying the bills. I take care of lots of administrative type duties, whether it be payroll or a profit and loss type statement or anything like that. Even just filling in our labor, our productivity, and our sales for that day. I'd be looking at whether we're hitting our goals for that particular day. Challenges come on a day-to-day basis for a restaurant manager, for sure. The restaurant biz is often filled with part-time people, so filling up a schedule with a lot of part-timers can be stressful, absolutely. But you make it work. I think a restaurant manager needs to have skills in every area of his restaurant. I need to be able to look at the restaurant and know where things are going right and where things are going wrong. Know where I am needed more than anything, I suppose. Know where the weaknesses are, and I can then input myself in that position and take care of those weaknesses. We got to make sure we're putting out food in a efficient, timely manner that's looking absolutely wonderful. You definitely feel the heat coming from the front, and you got to be able to deal with that. I started in the restaurant business as a server, as a ton of people do. I became the general manager here at Famoso McGrath just a year ago. Leading up to that, I was an assistant manager. There is some programs that you can enter into school, whether it's hotel or restaurant management or something along those lines. Myself, I did not do that. I just learned through experience. Hiring for management, ideally in the restaurant industry, is going to hopefully come from within. Hopefully you've got some great service staff or some great kitchen staff that are able to step up into a managerial role. The advancement opportunities in the restaurant industry are massive. Regional operations management is definitely a possibility here. Personality that's best suited for a restaurant manager is someone who's willing to get out there and get out of their shell. But you also need to be a person who takes charge. You need to be someone who's able to lead by example. The most satisfying aspect of the work here, without a doubt, is being able to interact with our guests. And there is so many great people out there who come in, and you put time into getting to know them, and they're wonderful to deal with. They really are. Secondary to that, I would say, is watching your staff grow. Watching your staff grow from somebody who maybe has very little knowledge about the restaurant biz to someone who just does an absolutely great job. I love being a restaurant manager. It's fantastic. I love being able to interact with our guests and our staff, being able to lead our staff in the high-paced environment that is the restaurant biz. And I think that anybody interested in trying this out as a career, that I think they should pursue it with a ton of passion and hard work. And I think that they can definitely be a success for sure.
Restaurant managers need a combination of related experience, education and certification, and may come from a wide variety of backgrounds, including promotion from within the restaurant or organization. Some employers require applicants to have at least 2 years of related post-secondary education. Discover more about this occupation, such as educational requirements and salary ranges, in the occupational profile on the ALICE website, and learn about related occupations like caterer or accommodation manager. Make the most of your future. Go to alice.alberta.ca.